Recently, I got asked the question if I have tips to enjoy giving a blowjob for a longer amount of time. What I hear again and again working with women, especially around sexuality, is that they can have some resistance to giving a blowjob. They might enjoy it for the first 2 to 3 minutes, but afterwards they kind of feel done with it. In this video, I'm going to give you practical tips on how to enjoy giving a blowjob for a longer amount of time. If you like this type of content, then I would love to invite you to subscribe, ring the bell, and also like this video if you enjoy hearing about this topic. And we are good to go to start talking about blowjobs. The very first tip that I would love to give you is the energy that you come with when you're giving a blowjob. When it comes to practicing Tantra and also Tantric sexuality, it's all about our intention. It is all about the energy that we bring. It's about our whole type of presence that we bring into the bedroom. If we look at the way that sex is portrayed in the media and in Hollywood films and on many porn sites, it's not in a way that shows a lot of intimacy or connection or emotional relationship between the couple. It is a very different type of sexuality than, for example, what we see in Tantra. So one of the most beautiful aspects about Tantric sexuality is that it's all about our inner attitude. It's about the energy that we bring into the bedroom, and this also is true for giving a blowjob. So first of all, there's different energies that you can play with literally when you want to give a blowjob. One of the most beautiful energy for me is coming with this aspect of appreciation and adoration of your partner's lingam. So lingam is the Sanskrit word, a word that we use a lot in Tantra to describe the genital of the man. So lingam means wand of light, which already indicates that this is a sacred place, that this is a place of power for the man. If we think about the names that are used for the male organ, which is like cock and dick, these are the same names that are used to insult people. You're a cock, you're a dickhead. Like, why using those names for an act, an art? I always believe that sexuality is like an art. If that has such a negative connotation, if those are the same names that we use to insult people. So bringing it into another energy, using the words that are given in Sanskrit like lingam, is already shifting something inside of us, because you're giving a blowjob not to a dick or to a cock, but to like a wand of light. It's like, wow, coming with this energy of I'm feeling honored to pleasure my partner. I'm feeling honored to pleasure myself with my partner's lingam. So that is already this energy that we can come with of adoration, of like, wow, their lingam is just so beautiful. Like, I love the shape, I love the form, I love how soft it can feel. Like, I love the texture, I love it when it's soft, I love it when it's hard, I love it when it's hard erect. It's like coming with that energy of adoring this beautiful part of your partner and feeling honored that you can actually pleasure yourself with it. Often, a blowjob is seen as something that you give to your partner. In general, I believe that a lot of women perceive sex as something that you do for your partner and something that they don't enjoy themselves so much. And it totally doesn't have to be that way. I believe that there's such a lack of education when it comes to sexuality and when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to all the different possibilities that are there, that so many people are missing out on having the intimacy, the love, the connection, the pleasure that they really want, because we just don't know better. So if you feel that you have this resistance of giving a blowjob, what about really going inside and feel like, what is this resistance about? Do you feel that you need to pleasure your partner to keep them satisfied? Or can you come with this energy? It's like, wow, here is their like beautiful organ and I'm going to pleasure myself with it, which is a very different energy than I'm going to give pleasure to my partner. So coming with that energy of adoration, of worship. In Tantra, there's a lot of worship of gods and goddesses, but also just of your partner like as a whole. There's their personality, of their beauty, of their inside, and also specifically to the sex organ, because this is where life is starting. This is where our center of power is. This is where your partner's masculinity is. So really taking the time to feel that and honor that and respect that and feel like, wow, I can have this in my mouth. Like, that's so exciting. Like, you came to a level of depth and intimacy that this is something that you can do with your partner, which is something that maybe you never thought of, or maybe you've just taken that for granted, or maybe you've just felt like, oh, I don't really feel like it. Not realizing that it's such a privilege, like that it's something so intimate that you are allowed to do out of so many other women that he could have chosen from, right? So those are actually already two different energies. Energy of feeling that you're doing it for yourself, and this energy of worshiping, of adoring, of respecting, of showering them with compliments. When I'm in the bedroom with my partner, I just love to shower them with compliments, and it's something that comes naturally. It's not something to put on, but it's just like, wow, I'm just enjoying this so much that like the heart is just spilling over into words. In Dutch, there's this sentence of like, when the heart is full of something, like the mouth will just like spill it out. Like the mouth like can't stop talking about it because the heart just brings all of that up. So coming with that energy. Another type of energy is the energy of playfulness. What I feel is that sometimes people just take things in the bedroom too serious, like in the same routine, in the same way, the same position. It's like bringing in some more playfulness, and especially if you feel resistance to giving a longer blowjob, why not make it playful? And an amazing way to do that is first, ask consent from your partner. What that means is to ask permission from your partner that you can just take pleasure and playfulness from their lingam in a way that it is for you. So if your partner says yes, you can play with your lingam, you can be playful and make your own stories, play around with it. Like, don't feel that you're pleasuring anymore, not even pleasuring yourself, not pleasuring your partner, but you're just playing around with their lingam, which can bring back this type of innocence, which can bring back this type of purity. And maybe by doing that, you start to enjoy actually that you're playing with it in your mouth, that you're experimenting different things. So if this energy is off of I need to perform, I need to please, they need to like it, what if they don't enjoy what I'm doing? Like, there can be so many different things going on in our mind which can give us resistance to giving a blowjob, or can give us resistance to sex in general, can give us resistance to be intimate with our partner, because our minds are just full of fears, of insecurities, of thoughts that shouldn't be there in an intimate setting. So if we take all of that pressure off, place it aside and bring back that playfulness, you can start to enjoy more what you're doing, because there's nobody there to judge you. In the bedroom, it's not a place to be judged. It's a place to explore, to experiment. Some things are going to work, other things are not going to work, and that's totally fine. In this life, we learn through trial and error, and if something doesn't feel so good, it doesn't mean that you're a bad lover. It's just like, okay, that doesn't work for them. That's okay. Let's find out what does work, or let's find out what I'm enjoying to do. And that way you can make sex really a playful, enjoyable experience. I always feel like sex is a piece of art. Like, be an artist, be like an artist in the bedroom and like try out what works, what looks good. Like a painter that's painting on the canvas, and if they don't like it, okay, then they just change the color. It doesn't mean that the painting went wrong. So these are my tips to start enjoying a longer blowjob. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It's super supportive. Also, if you like this type of content, you can subscribe and ring the bell to make sure that you are updated whenever a new video is posted.